My mom doesn't have any hand lotion in her car. Now I'm gonna be dry. What's up, dudes? If you're new, my name is Sarah. The intro to a video is always awkward. I've just accepted it. It's always gonna be awkward. I'm never gonna know how to start a video. So today's a bit of an unplanned video. I just decided that I need to upload because my uploads are like a period. They're very irregular and nobody fucking asked for them. But, you know, I supply. I was just sitting in the car and I was thinking, like, I love to complain. I fucking love to complain. Sure, you can talk about things that you love with somebody and like bond over the things that you love. But nothing brings people closer than complaining about something that bothers you. We all know that we deal with some real shitty stuff on a day-to-day basis. We've got our own problems, we've got these massive global problems. So sometimes it's nice to just forget about all of those and complain about some shit that really doesn't matter. So I thought, let me whip out a bunch of things that really bother me. So let's start out mild. We don't want to go too crazy. Revelant instead of relevant. I hear this so regularly. I don't know if other people encounter this as often as I do, but I have come across so many people who say revelant instead of relevant. Revelant is not a word. Straight up not a word. Listen, I can forgive you if you're like 9 years old and you are trying out a new word. I can understand why you would get it confused, but it's not a difficult thing to fix. It's not hard, guys. Revelant, it doesn't roll off the tongue the way that relevant does. You know what I mean? People who reach for food on your plate. If you come with your fucking fork and try and take something off my plate, get the fuck off. Like, that is mine. Especially when it's that last piece of food, you know, that last piece that you have saved for yourself because you know it's gonna be the best bite of the whole meal, and somebody just fucking snatches that shit. Do you understand the expectations that I've put on that piece of food and you've just taken it away from me? Like, that's not okay. Seriously, just ask. This one annoys me to no end. This is probably the most annoying thing on this whole list for me, and that is slow walkers. Especially slow walkers who are like oblivious to whatever is going on around them. When they don't realize that you're trying to overtake them and they still take up as much space as they are taking up. I'm quite a fast walker. I've got short legs, but I walk pretty fast. And I always walk with a purpose. I never just wander around unless I'm in like an art gallery or something. I like to have a goal when I walk. And therefore, when you start meandering in front of me and not giving me a space to pass by, I turn into a different person when somebody slow walks around me. I become so rude. I will straight up cut off an old person. I will think awful thoughts about you. Okay, so I don't drive yet, but when my mom or my dad stops for you to cross the road and you don't like do the little courtesy wave, bitch, do the little wave. It's a decent thing to do. It's not difficult. It takes like 2 muscles to do that. Or just like show some kind of appreciation, because I know you don't have to do it, but it's nice to do that. I'm not asking for a lot here. And you know, when I've had a hard day and I'm sitting in the passenger seat and the person doesn't wave, that really just kills my vibe. Absolutely kills it. Another like word related one is people who say espresso. I don't even know what to say about these people. It just physically hurts to hear that word. You don't have to be a coffee connoisseur to know that the word is espresso, not espresso. If you are 6 years old, you go ahead, honey, you say espresso. If you're older than 6, please stop, please. This one doesn't annoy me as much as it just makes me sad. This is the reason I have no faith in society. I have a problem when people don't rate their Uber drivers 5 out of 5. I completely understand if you have a shitty experience, you would give them a lower rating, right? That's fair. But if the ride was standard, if it meets the minimum requirements, give that person a 5 out of 5. We're not giving them a grade. Their job is to get you from point A to point B. And the 5 stars are there as an indication of whether they got you to point A to point B safely. So Karen, stop giving your Uber driver 3 out of 5 because you didn't have enough room for your grocery bags. If the drive meets the minimum requirements, that automatically gets it a 5 out of 5. That's the way the rating system works. It's not supposed to be, like the Uber driver played a song that I didn't like, so I'm gonna give him a 4. That's not how it works. What did Uber drivers ever do to you? This one is kind of in the same vein as people who slow walk. People who have conversations in doorways. How many brain cells do you have? This is a point of entry or exit. People are constantly moving in and out. Why on earth Do you and your friend Sue think it's a good idea for you to stand in the doorway and have a conversation? Not the time, not the place. I've seen so many moms doing this, and then when I try and walk through, they get angry at me for walking through the middle of their conversation and interrupting them. No, you shouldn't have been having the conversation there in the first place. You make it an awkward experience for the person walking through the conversation because they feel rude even though they're not doing anything wrong. They're using the doorway for what it's supposed to be used for. You know what I mean? This is something that really offends me. What really bothers me is people who hate cats. I'm totally a cat person, but I don't have a problem with these people because they don't like cats. You can prefer whichever animal you like. If you don't like cats, that is fine by me. But the thing is, okay, why are cat haters so passionate about the fact that they hate cats? I don't get it. The majority of the people who maybe prefer cats and don't really like dogs, they're like,
yeah, I don't really like dogs, I prefer cats.
But if you encounter somebody who doesn't like cats, they are so vocal about it. You know that meme where it's like, no one... And then people who hate cats are like,
oh my god, one time my mom got mauled by a cat. We had a cat and he was possessed by Satan. He tried to kill us.
Nobody who hates cats is just like casual about it. I feel like people who hate cats are really, really angry about it. Who hurt you? This last thing that annoys me, really annoys me. And I don't understand it. I feel like everybody has encountered one of these people in their lifetime. I will never understand people who go to extreme lengths to keep their middle name a secret. Why? It's just a name. What did they say in Romeo and Juliet? A rose by any other name is still a rose. Something like that, right? I don't know. I did that a long time ago. Your middle name does not define you. Your first name doesn't even define you. It's not gonna change my opinion of you. Even if your middle name is kind of funny. It's just a middle name. It's just a fun little add-on. It's more an indication of what your parents are like than it is an indication of what you are like. I'm not gonna judge you, brother. And the thing is, like, you create so much hype. Your middle name probably isn't even that interesting. But the thing is, you hype it up. If you just told me the first time, I probably wouldn't care. The majority of the people who do this have really normal middle names. Maybe it's just because I've never had a middle name. What kind of a statement is that? Never had a middle name. You're either born with it or you're not. Those are all the things that bother me. A lot of them are super petty, but I'm a really petty person. I don't want you to take this too seriously. I just like to complain about shit sometimes because I think it's funny, okay? I hope that this distracted you from all the real life shit that you have to deal with. Anyway, I'm gonna go. Goodbye. No, that's such a bad joke.